All right, so on our possible shopping list, the next camera that I want to introduce you to is the Canon 600D. Now, I've got to be being straight up and honest with you. When I heard about and thought about buying one of these, I was scared. And even after I'd bought it, I looked at it and thought, oh heavens, you know, there's all these controls and it's all over the place and it's just going to be all too hard. It's not. It's really, you know, the thing is, it's set up if you want to do amazing special effects. They're obviously made for photographers, but for videographers, they're very simple to use. And the beautiful thing is that you can get a software called Magic Lantern that turns your digital SLR camera into virtually a movie camera. Now, the one limitation I would say that these are is if you're going to be doing sporting events or any sort of fast action events, is the zoom, the auto zoom on these or your manual zoom is just not as good as on a real, I'll call it a real video camera. And for me, that's the only limitation I can find with these. Otherwise, yeah, they've got so many pluses. They're absolutely brilliant. Now, what I recommend is what's called the twin lens kit. So that is that there's, yeah, the shorter lens and the longer lens here. So it's a 55 and I think they're 25. But look, the twin lens, you're looking at you know, between $800 and $1,000 for the twin lens kit. But the reason I recommend that is that it gives you the option of either for close-up, you use the shorter lens, or for distance, you know, fair distance, then you use this. Now, you've probably all seen people at sporting events and whatever, and you know, they've got lenses longer than they are, you know, sticking out of the cameras. That's fine for that, and if you want to go into all that sort of side of things, go for it. But here we're talking about making video for the web, you know, about a business, you know, recording testimonials or whatever. You know, in terms of changing lenses, it's so simple. It's a case of there's a little button just next to the lens that you push in, it releases the lens, and it comes off. Now, I won't undo the other one and put it on, but all you do then is just lining up, and there's a little white mark on it, and you just connect it up. So, and that's your lens. Obviously has a lens cap on here. Now, this here shoots beautiful, high quality photos. It's 18 megapixels for stills, and it does a fantastic job. Full high definition, as good as you can get. High definition is high definition, so 1080p is what it shoots in high definition video. So it's absolutely brilliant. Now, there's just so many features about this, so let me go into them, and you know, it's almost where do I start, you know, because it's so great. Okay, what I'm going to start with here is to say that at the side here, you can actually plug in an external microphone, and that's a huge plus. So you know, to get great audio, you can plug in a wireless or a wired microphone into the camera and collect audio. The next thing that I want to show you, is you have a button at the top here that you just wind and you put it on video. So it's just set, there's the last setting here is video. There's all these other settings, you know, for taking portraits and photos and auto and all the other stuff. Who knows? I don't know what it is because I'm not a still photographer. But this here, you just set on the last little thing here, and that's video, and that's ready to go with video. And next to that, next to the winder here is, or the setting is on off. Now, a beautiful, beautiful thing with this is that you have a flip out lens. You can see the flip out lens there, which is fantastic. And so you can see that it's a nice size. Now, the thing I really love about the 600D, it turns over and then folds back into the back of the camera. So set up on your tripod, and there you go with your camera ready to go. So really versatile, really fantastic, as I said. Now, it takes in the side here, it takes a 32 gigabyte, I'll just turn it off, memory card. They say to turn it off before you take it out. So it's just a little SD card here, 32 gigabyte. The beautiful thing is, of course, is, you know, if you're going to shoot video, then, you know, away you go, you know, shooting it, you fill up the card, take out the card, just put a new card in. Now, I don't know exactly how long it'll record for, but you're looking at about, I think, about 7 hours for a 32 gigabyte card. It may be longer than that. Someone out there will know, but it's plenty long enough. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so as I said, it's got the external microphone there. If you used that software, Magic Lantern, it turns it into a video camera. Now you can see there how it actually, Magic Lantern has put the cross hairs on the frame, and what that does is it lets you, it's called the rule of thirds, and we'll talk about that when we're talking about making video, but basically it's about if you want to line someone up along those lines, that's the optimal, ideal, creative, photographic, blah, 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 blah thing with cameras. In terms, controls are easy. You can set it on manual or auto. Again, this is not a video about how to actually operate it and how to turn it on, everything. But again, it's just brilliant. Really good camera, for setting up and recording because of the audio and everything. What a downside of it in a way is that it has a battery. In the bottom here is the battery, and you can't put in external power to it, so it runs off battery. Again, a battery will run it nearly all day, so that's no problems. But you can buy spare batteries. Now, a word of caution here is to make sure that you get a genuine Canon battery. I made the mistake of thinking I'd go cheap. I went and bought a supposedly Canon battery. I forget where, but anyway, I bought it and put it in, and I ran it for about 5 minutes, and the camera was really hot, and it's a real problem with non-genuine battery, is that it can overheat and cause and damage the camera. So yeah, get genuine spare Canon battery if you choose to. It's got a nice hand grip here, so you can actually hold it. But again, for most of the time, you're going to be using it on a tripod, I would suggest and recommend. So there it is with the Canon 600D. Again, really fantastic little camera. Again, comes with the lens cap. Scary to start with, if you haven't had one of these before, but invaluable. If you're looking to get a fantastic camera that is really versatile, that's great for shooting you in a studio, but also good for capturing testimonials, for recording product, and it's just incredible quality picture, because that's what they're made for. Obviously, is a digital SLR. By the way, did I mention SLR stands for single lens reflex? That's what SLR stands for. It's just the mechanism inside the camera, how it takes the photo and records it. But again, for video, absolutely brilliant. So it has various settings. You can set it at the full 1080p, full high definition, or you can have lesser quality, which will give you more recording time. And it depends on your circumstance and situation. But again, really fantastic camera. So there it is, the Canon 600D. Again, really, truly great camera. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention that you can get now is a thing called Trigger Trap. Now, again, you have to buy it, and it's a little trigger that plugs into your camera. So let me get the little wire out, and so there it is there. So that's called Trigger Trap, and this is just an extension. So what you do is you plug it into your camera, and guess what it allows you to do is run your camera from your smartphone. So you can download the app, the Trigger Trap app, with this little device plugged into your 600D. What you can actually do is start, stop, zoom, focus, and control your camera from a smartphone. And that's both both iPhone and Android. They've got apps for both. So again, a really fantastic little thing that gives you, again, it just makes it so much more attractive to have something like the 600D, because you can control it remotely. Okay, so that's it for the Canon 600D.